Good evening, dear all audience. This is Srinidhi of 9th Standard from Paramita Learners Foundation. It's my privilege to stand before you to present my TED Talk today. Thanks a lot for encouraging me by attending today's event. Welcome to Paramita TED Club. Wolves are amazing animals that are very loyal to their family. Wolf relationships can be considered far better than that of human beings. Once mated, they stay with that partner for life. Coming to humans, ego, mistrust, deception, disloyalty and unethical relationships breaking the family. While traveling, the leader of the pack ensures maximum safety to other wolves, and each wolf gives maximum protection to others. Coming to humans, how many leaders are committed to their subjects? Leaders mean not only political leaders but also the leaders who are leading different people in different areas. Human beings speak a lot about unity. We are preaching, but the pack of wolves put it in a practice without deviation. Almost for 1 week, I had regularly found the S-Bank name on the news headlines before I scripted my talk. Then I asked our adult advisor of TED Club what happened with S-Bank. Then he briefly explained the crisis. I decided to do little research on similar cases. Finally, I changed my talk from others to these current issues. Satyam computers, THFL, earlier and now S-Bank. The above organizations have been a blot on the community. Depositors suffered, employers of the institution suffered, and the governments were blamed. In the above cases, directors, auditors, promoters failed individually and collectively. Obviously, rating agencies utterly failed. They gave top rating which made depositors invest their hard-earning money. Fraudsters were on their job but others could not detect. Who knew fraud remained silent. Collapse of Satyam computers, THFL and S-Bank were not institutionally collapsed, but it is a terrible collapse of ethics and values among human beings. Who gave suffering and who are suffering are human beings. The suffering should also be blamed because they are easily tricked by the institutions which are flashy. Give big and beautiful advertisements. Dear audience, please remember the organizations which grew too fast may collapse within no time. Because ethics and values take time to grow, but fraud grows faster than values. Now please tell me how human race is superior to the wolves. తోడేళ్ళ పీక్కు తింటున్నారు అని మనుషులని తోడేళ్లతో పోల్చి తోడేళ్ల విలువని తగ్గించకండి. Dear audience, my today's topic is necessity of moral and ethical values. After my presentation, every one of you will agree with me that values and ethics are superior to the wealth and technology. Now, it is the moral responsibility of educational institutions to make value-based education stronger than academics. The idea of corruption should be stopped at the home first by the parents. There is a reason for saying so. Many of the parents say that if you do this, I'll give you this. This is the seed of corruption in the minds of children at a very young age. Later, it takes stronger roots and bigger branches. Pruning and scorching later is a difficult job. I don't say that incentives are unnecessary, but incentive itself should not become a carrot for rabbit. The value of values and ethics should become the part and parcel of the curriculum. These should mix in the blood of young generation. The moral stories relating to a practical life should be taught. Children should know that honesty is the better policy than any other. This is possible only when they are in studenthood. Honesty should become the way of life. Every child should know that honesty is always richly rewarded. In this contest, I want to share a supporting real story. This is the story of 7 rupees. The great Nobel laureate Professor C.V. Raman wanted to establish a research institute in Bangalore. The advertisement was given for the recruitment of 3 physicists. When a young and eager scientist applied by thinking that even if they were not selected, they would get a chance to meet the great Nobel laureate. In the initial scanning test, 5 were selected and personal interview would be taken by C.V. Raman himself. Among those 5, 3 were selected. In the next morning, C.V. Raman saw a young man in his office and recognized that he was the man among those 5 and was not selected previous day personal interview. C.V. Raman approached him and asked what the matter was. The young man said, "Sir, yesterday I was given 7 rupees extra towards my travelling allowance. I came to return, but account department told that entries were closed and asked me to enjoy the extra money. But sir, I don't want any money which doesn't belong to me." Sir Raman took 7 rupees back and asked him to meet in the next morning. The young man felt very happy that he is going to meet the great scientist once again. In the next morning, he went to C.V. Raman. He said, "My dear boy, you failed in physics test but passed in honesty test. I am creating a new post, you can join tomorrow." The young man was shocked but overjoyed. The young man became next Nobel laureate in 1983. He was Professor Subramaniam Chandrasekhar, a US citizen of Indian origin. See how 7 rupees changed the life of a man. See how honesty made a great scientist. Values and ethics always lay a great foundation for better society. Let's make inculcation of values and ethics a movement. This movement should begin in the halls of learning. Future generations should say that human beings are equal to the wolves in values and ethics, not worse than animals. Thank you.